Hello, investors, and welcome back. We're going to be talking about Astra and also Rocket Labs a little bit because that price action happened that I was expecting, and hopefully some of you got in on that $9 action. And Friday morning, it took that little bit of a dip. So we're going to go through the abort. Astra's going to try again. They're going to keep trying. They're eventually going to make daily launches. So I don't think a lot of people lost confidence, and some people were like, "This is try number 3." So let's see how it goes. So what I want to do is I just want to take you back through, if you didn't have a chance to watch the last few seconds and what happened. This was pretty entertaining. You either love this stuff or you don't. But the live stream happened, and people were just blowing up the chat window. There's some really entertaining stuff in here. They're talking about a guy that had a mohawk that was in the control room. I think I seen some googly eyes.
Water on. 10, 9.
So the water came
8,
on.
7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1.
There was an ignition.
0.
Didn't stay lit.
Abort.
These are the facts. This is what we know. They aborted, and I was actually pretty surprised. Here's your guy with the mohawk. Here's the googly eyes. But man, very calm demeanor. Nobody threw papers up in the air or anything, or started pointing fingers at any particular person in the room. So, anyway, I'm going to stop that video. They're going to try again today, so let's just go through that. I've got some other things pulled up for you. Let's see what all I got here. So, of course, the Twitter page, that's exactly where you're going to go to avoid any misinformation. Most of you, if not all of you, are following Astra on this daily launch journey, and Chris Kemp, he said, the launch was aborted after the engines ignited. So, half of it went right. We didn't get this one off into the air. So 2 p.m. on, I'm on the East Coast, so this is going to be 5 p.m. for me. You can go to that same location and the T-minus 60 1 hour before. So, on this side of the world, probably at 1, they're going to start answering a lot of questions. And I thought that they were taking some Q&A. It's pretty cool, and it's going to be 4 p.m. on my side, so I'm going to check that out, listen in. I love this stuff. I think it's entertaining, and I think they're on to something huge. I think we're all going to look back and be like, yeah, I was paying attention when this all started. So this is huge. So this article confirmed what they said, that they aborted, and they put this time window. So with this clearance that they have through September 11th, it looks like this launch window actually opens at a specific time of the day. So they're starting right at the beginning, and they're not going to get it right when that window opens, but it looks like they're trying to start as soon as the window does open. So there's some T-minus stuff, so it's just time minus, so T60, whatever. There's also L, which I didn't know, so just look that up. So they use both T and L. The price, this is important. The price went down. And during my channel, I want to make sure you subscribe and give this a big thumbs up. It helps everybody get in these low prices. So I'm always going to say what I think, but you should always do your own due diligence. It's going to be backed up by charts, but the charts aren't always going to be correct. But I'm going to try and show those to you every time I go through a video. So here on Robinhood, it went to $10.50, but I was recording this on the screen. I had it up, and this actually went down to $10. So let me show you that. On Yahoo, on the Bollinger Band, you could see this went down. It touched almost, I don't think it quite hit $10. I think it was like $10.05. But look at the support right here, or the resistance, I would say, back in that week where people were like, what the hell is going on with the entire, all the stocks, especially the growth stocks, right? Those are the ones that are going to bleed the most. And this went down into the $8 range. But I would say they're going to attempt again today. And then, of course, the market's going to open, and it looks like we have support here in the $10 range. So everyone's going to enter this and gain confidence at a different stage level, and everybody's going to come into money at a different stage in time. So what I'm telling you is I believe that this has got support at $10, and anything at, I would say, $10.15, $10.05 and below is something that you shouldn't be concerned long-term if you're a long-term holder as doing price averaging down. So I always recommend that you wait for those morning dips and just don't take, if you've got $100 allocated for this to add to your position, take 25% of it. And like I was saying with Rocket Labs, I thought that it was trending into the $9 range and that it was going to recover from that $9 range, and that was a buy. So what I was saying is it typically takes, and you'll have to watch the charts to see if there's a pattern, but if it's going to have a 3.5 to 4% loss in the morning, buy that dip and then just ride it up, because you want to hold these stocks, long term. So the last thing I wanted to show you was the chart for Rocket Labs. So I meant, while there's a lot of stuff happening in and out of the charts here, out of this Bollinger Band range for Astra, we expected that, right? But it's important just to pay attention that these charts work the majority of the time. So you can see here that, we got outside of that range with Rocket Labs. Pay attention, because when it's getting outside of that range, it's starting to trend up. And when it comes out, when it goes below that range, people are buying and it's starting to trend back up. And when it hits that range, people are selling. And, so it's following, I would say, this Bollinger Band pretty well, for Rocket Labs. So let me know what you thought. If you had a good time watching the video, if you plan on watching it today, what are your reactions? Are you long? Have you made some money on Astra? Has this video helped you out? If it has, subscribe, give me a big thumbs up, and thank you so much, everyone out there, for your support. You guys have been amazing. I'll keep the Astra videos coming to you, and we'll talk about what happened and what they learned from this. So I'm glad they shut down. In closing remarks, I'm glad that they didn't just try to relaunch immediately. If I was a leader in this organization and something like that happened, I would completely stand down till the next day, pull everybody together, and be like, look, guys, we've got to get this right. But I believe you get it right at the front. They need to spend the time and money. And if there's some things, if they're taking some cost control measures in the front end that are going to cost them in the long range, like I would say, spend the money and fix it up front. Like, I don't want you doing things at the cheap and at the cost of, what we could learn at the beginning. Just get all that stuff solved. Let's get all the bugs worked out. And of course, as they adapt and change, there's going to be new things that are introduced, but let's take the time. And I think that's what they did. Take the time to figure all that out, get it fixed, so that way we can have a successful launch in the future, because they're going to be doing these at a much more frequent pace. So whatever they have to do to figure that out, I think the team's still on track. I don't think too many people were worried about that. That's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next video.